Hey crafters, it's me Jen Evers with Quality Crafts and welcome to a free play Friday. If you're new to my channel, this is the night where we experiment with something or I teach you something new. We learn a technique or a card, a fanciful card, something like that. So, let me just tweak this a little bit. I've got stuff set out here already. No, I've got a really funny story for you. There is a specific, I keep trying to turn off all these notifications, but I don't know how to turn these ones off, which is really weird. And it's throwing me off. Anyways, I had this stamp set that I was going to use to make this card, and I sold it at the last sale. This set, right? And I showed you what set it was, and I pulled out a bunch that I had, and I believe I sold every last set I had, including the one that was mine. So if you got one that looked used, you got mine. So, this is the card we're going to be doing. It's not going to look like this, however, because I'm going to have to use some of these other stamp sets that I've pulled out to use some different hearts. So that's what I wanted to say about that. I don't have any of these linked because it was last minute. I realized that was gone. So if you want any of these, a lot of them are close to my heart and that kind of a thing. Same goes for this one. This little heart that I used here was from that stamp set. I used it here. So I'm just going to go ahead and swap it out for one of the hearts in one of these sets. And it's all good. And then this is the last card that we're going to make. Or I don't know what order we're going to go in. But this is the other card that we'll make today. My picture is really big today. Let me get this out of the way. There we go. So this one is the little airplanes that are flying in, and mine are actually 3D airplanes that I created out of paper. You can use a stamp if you have one. I know there's stamps. And then you can use whatever sentiment you want, and the rest of the heart and everything is all hand-drawn. Hey, Susan Baker. So these are the 3 cards we're going to do today. They're not as super duper quick cards as we did last time, because this is the Easy Valentine Cards tutorial set number 2. Set number 1 was easy and quick. These are easy, but they take a little bit more time to do, but they're still really simple. So I'm going to show you how to make these today. I think we'll start off with this one because this is the one that's kind of bugging me the most. I tried doing these squares and running my die, this is the die I'm using. Yes, I believe everything's working and I am so excited about that. This little die through my Cuttlebug, and for some reason it wasn't cutting this paper and I got really frustrated. So what I'll be doing tonight, I have no idea why it won't work in there. I don't know if it's this paper or what. I decided that I'm just going to go ahead and run it, the whole set of them, right through the Gemini, above, and it's above me to my right. You need a sheet, a half a sheet of Hey Debbie, of craft cardstock, a half a sheet of white cardstock, and these are for the bases, and a half a sheet of like a mineral or off-white kind of color. And you know, keep these around in case you want to add stuff to them. Of course, you need this one because if we make this one, you need the 4 squares that are going to go on top. So we'll start with that. I just took an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and cut it directly in half. So we're going to end up with a card, A2 card that's 4 1/4 by 5.5. And for the airplane one, we're going to do a little bit of typing paper. You need something really thin to make those little teeny tiny airplanes. So I'm going to go ahead and fold down this card. You might want a little heavier card than what I have. This one seems to be really super thin, but it'll work for what we're doing, not a problem. And then I used 1 1/4 inch squares, and so I've got this punch. You can cut them out with just a trimmer. You don't have to buy a special punch for squares. In fact, I think it's kind of silly, but I had already bought these a long time ago, so I use them because I have them. So we're going to need 4 of these, and this paper is pretty thin, which is why I'm going to cut out this little heart. All of them at the same time, and I'm going to put the heart on there. You know what? I think I might have used a bigger punch, didn't I? I think I went 1.5. Yep. I'm gonna save those. I can make them on another one. Goes the doorbell. So one, we'll do this again. 2. I have actually a heated blanket on my lap. To stay warm, so you'll probably see that, me monkeying with that as I get up. I used a piece of washi last time, and I just tried to center it the best I could. That, you know, like, oh, that looks good. Grab a piece of washi, which I have right next to me. And I lost it. It fell. I lost it. That's alright. I'll use the green one instead. I'll have to look for the black one later. So I'm going to try to make this so that it's not even as sticky as regular washi tape, just because I had some issues getting it off of there. You can still see there's some dotted washi tape on there. Decide where I want it to go, and then tape the whole darn thing together. All right, and then I'm going to put it right through my Gemini, which is up to my right here. So give me 1 second here. This is the sandwich that I use. Put that down. Always cut up. My cutting always faces up, so I've got that where I want it to be. That way I can flip it over. It's going to go that direction. And there's 2 on switches, so I turned both of these switches on, and I'm going to just put this straight through there. And you could probably hear it running. I'm going to walk around to the back and grab that sandwich. And let's go ahead and see if that went through them all. Looks to me like there is a cut line right there on the top. I'm going to go ahead and try to peel this off of here. Without ruining any of the paper, which I just peeled off a little bit there. That's what happened last time too. That's why I tried to take a bunch of the stick off, because I don't want it to ruin the paper. But even if you take the sticky off a little bit, the issue is it takes off some of the paper because it gets flattened so hard. That's the problem. So you get these really cool little hearts left over. So save those, because you can use those on another card. My last one didn't cut through perfectly on that side, but I was able to just peel it off. Push these guys out there. They still have a little bit of the washi on the back, so I can take that off later. And this has texture on it from my flap being so used as it is. This is why I say that these aren't as fast. Sometimes they can be a little putsy. I would like to have just ran these right through my my little, what do you call it, Sizzix Sidekick, but for some reason this would not cut the paper. And so I ended up having to do it that way, where we get them all done at once. And that way I've got all 4 here. And on this side you get a nice little indentation. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a nice little indentation around them, and they look really cool. I'm going to move this back out of the way. Here are our 4 pieces that we need. Put my little warm grandma's lap thing on. All right. Now I have some little tricks that I did with the other one, but for the most part I just eyeballed where these would go. So you can measure them out if you want, but I'm not that worried about it. I'm going to just put them on where I think they're going to go. And then what I did was I just drew, I held them down and I drew lightly in pencil where that mark was, and then I stamped after the fact to get the stamp as close to that heart as I can, because these hearts are not exactly the same shape as that punch. So if you have a punch that's the same exact shape, that's awesome, but if you don't, you don't. So this one is a little bit bigger, so it will cover the whole darn thing most likely. Let's go ahead and try this. I'm going to do a couple of different colors. I'm going to do Abandoned Coral. Really like this one. Peeled Paint. I don't know, maybe you want a purple one? Let's do a purple one. Seedless Preserves. Or we could do one more. Do we want to do one more? How about Fossilized Amber? We'll just do 4 different colors. You can do whatever you want. And you notice on the other one, what I did was I did 3 the same in one, and then I put the best is yet to be. You can put anything on it that you want. We're also going to need some, to pop these up, some double-sided foam adhesive. So if you have that and you're following along, you can go ahead and do that. So let's see. In my pencil, you can do the squares too, so you know where you want your squares to be. Let's say I want my square to be right there. Go ahead and draw that out in pencil. And then put that one where I think that one should be. And then this one. Like I said, they don't have to be perfect. My other one wasn't perfect either, but this is essentially how you get them to be pretty close. And you could take your time and do it really, really perfect. I'm just gonna just zippity-doo-dah through this because we're not gonna worry about that. So I'm gonna do one in each spot. Mustard seed. Why did I say fossilized amber? This is mustard seed. And if you don't want it all one color, then go ahead and use a heart that's got some, you know, fun stuff on it, which is why I originally did this one. But like I said, I accidentally sold my very last one, and so I don't have that same stamp set with me today. I wonder why this ended up looking so funky in here. It still works fine, but it looks weird. Yeah, Penny's are sicky today. She's all wrapped up because she's ill. Penny, are you ill? Oh. I'm going to do it one more time because I want a little bit more coverage on that side. Close enough. I think I have my towel right behind me too. Yeah, dry that off a little bit. And we're going to do a purple one. Seedless Preserves. I'm going to do that one more time because I want a little bit more coverage. I don't know why that side's not picking up. There we go. Chill, no, that's fine. I got a lot of heart sets, it's okay. You're so sweet. I just thought I was going to use it for this video, and then now I can't because it's not here. But it's alright. Go ahead and smoosh some of that beautiful color in there. If you didn't want to worry about that showing through or whatever, you could just go ahead and use a great big block of ink and just put a block in there and not even worry about the darn heart. and it would be 10 times quicker and a lot easier. But I really liked the fact that this heart matched better and it had a little design. So that was just how that card came about. Anyway, so I decided to do it the same way I did here. Alrighty, so we want to let these dry, because last time I put my fingers in them and things falling in my garbage can. I put my fingers in them and I got the ink all over the top, and I didn't like that. That really bugged me. So just a little bit of drying. Hopefully that'll help out. And then these can be decorated, but I don't want them decorated, so I'm going to flip them over and I'm going to start doing my double-sided tape. And so this part can be a little bit putsy. You want one on all 4 sides, so you're going to have to just keep cutting. And that's why I say these are super easy. They're just not as quick as the first one. So if you're looking for the ones that are faster, go ahead and check out set number 1. Tonight we're doing set number 2. And don't forget, on Sunday, not tomorrow but the day after, Super Bowl Sunday, we're going to do the Super Crop. And it's going to be for 2 hours from 10 to noon my time, Central Standard Time. There's 2 sketches that we've put out for inspiring you. So you can do them, or you don't have to do them. I think I might. My little pieces of foam keep flying everywhere. In case you're wondering why I'm not using every one I cut. Some of you guys are really, you really notice all the detail what goes on over here. And other people are like, what are you talking about, Jen? I don't know about you guys, but I really like making cards that don't take a lot of time but still look really cool. I'm all about that. So I need 3, 4, 5 more little pieces. Jill, you forgot about the what? The stamp set? Yeah, some of you guys should have the stamp set that I originally made that card with. This one. Unfortunately, I don't have it now to show you with, but you can use other things. So if you didn't get that stamp set, it's all right. You won't be left out. This is the putziest one, you guys. The other 2 go quite quickly. This one might be too chunky. We'll make it fit. We'll make it work. So then all you do is just peel off your pieces. I wish I had more cream cheese at my house and some sugar-free pudding, because I want to make fluff tonight. I don't have the stuff to make it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hover over where that little, my little lines were, and pop that down. Oh, the Super Bowl craft party, you forgot about that? And then same with this one. And they may not be perfect, like I said. If you want them to be perfect, then what I would do is I would outline the whole square and then look at it and decide if you think your squares are dead on or not. And if they're not, then move them around. Fluff is cream cheese with a sugar-free pudding, or not sugar-free, up to you, and then whipped cream folded into it. It's so delicious. But it's better than eating a whole bunch of ice cream, if that's what you're craving. So there we go. That turned out pretty darn cool. And you could go in with a white gel pen and make some little marks on those guys. That would be super cute. And then we need some kind of a sentiment. So let's do... I like this one. Let's do sweethearts. I've not ever used this set before, so I may have to season this stamp, which I think I'm just going to automatically do. A little bit of fine grit sandpaper. Just to make sure that the ink sticks to it. And a black. Sweethearts. There you go. Sweethearts. You could maybe do like, you know, those little candies. But I love you. I can't remember what all those little candies say. Love you, hug me, kiss me. What else do they say? Let's see if we can get the gel pen to go over the top of that ink. Thank you, Debbie. Don't know if you can see it from that far away, so let me pick that one up. That one says kiss me. Maybe my ink just isn't dry enough. But anyway, I can go over those later once it dries more. That one says hugs. So you can fill that all in, right? Okay, so here's the one that was in the thumbnail, the original one, and here's the one we made tonight. Cute, cute. All right, let's go ahead and do this one next. This one is the one that has the whole bunch of hearts. We need a card base, and I did it with white. So a half a sheet of 8.5 by 11 becomes 4.5 by 5 1/4. Where's my bone folder? Oh, there it is, right in front of my face. I'm really good at losing stuff right in front of my face. It's a talent that I do have. Oops, I folded this one the wrong way. I want it to open this way. So let me go ahead and just chop another piece. Chop it the wide way. Chop it the 5.5 direction. That'll give us what we're looking for. Alright, so a side fold. And then we're just going to cut off part of this. That's it. That's all we're going to do. It's up to you how much. Do like 1 inch or 1.5 inches, something like that. I can tell you how much I cut off the first one. I didn't measure. I didn't look at it really. I just chopped. It's almost 1 inch. And this one, pretty darn close to an inch. So about an inch off, inch and a half, whatever you want to do. And then we've got some ribbon on here, and we've got this side. This part right here is where we want our hearts to overlap. So what I did with this one was I did a bunch of different colored pinks and reds. And what I'd like to do with this one is do some greens. The Sweetheart candies are not available this year. I think a lot of them are still going to be around. There's many companies that make those kind of candy things. So let's go ahead and pick some greens. We've got Lucky Clover. Crushed Olives is still sort of a green. Shabby Shutters. That's a sort of a green. You can do as many greens as you want, or as many shades of whatever color you're using. This one, that looks good. Pine Needles is a shade of green. What else do we have? We have Cracked Pistachio. That's a green. Twisted Citron. Definitely a green. I've got more, but let's just stick with these for now. Try to do every heart that you have a slightly different color. And then you can rearrange them later on. So this is where the fun comes in. Let's go ahead and grab that extra one I don't need now. Yeah, let's just use this one. And you're going to stamp them all on here and then cut them out. So you just go to town and look for hearts that you think would work with this. I'm going to do this one. And just start grabbing a color. This one's probably going to be a real prominent one, so I want this one to have a decent dark color. I'm going to go ahead and do this one as Mowed Lawn. If you want to think about this ahead of time, the darkest color you use will probably be the color your sentiment gets stamped in, if that's the way you want to go. Otherwise, you can always stamp the sentiment in just plain old black, and that's fine too. That looks pretty good. Decent coverage on the first try. So we'll stick with that. And then on to our next heart. And this is why I liked that other set, because all your hearts were all in one place. Hey, Arrow Mama, I'm doing awesome. How about you? Ooh, that was so cute. Cute stuff. Let's do one of these just all flat out colored ones. I think that would look really cute. If you got different patterns and stuff, that's always nice to have. The Polar Vortex. I think as long as you stayed inside, you're okay. Although we have one house that we rent out, not by choice, we just end up getting stuck with it. And their furnace went out, so that was really a nice chunk of change that got taken away. Not too happy about that. This house, however, we did famously, and we were just fine. Alright, so there's some other hearts in here I thought would be really fun to use. And this is another set. This one was actually on sale. So Lucky it's called. But nobody bought it, probably because fate knew that I was going to need some extra hearts here. Oh, that looks really good. I've got 3 more colors to go, so I'm going to do 3 more hearts. You want some larger hearts only because you're going to have to cover some of the space, so I've got a couple of larger ones on this one. think I'm also going to shoot for this larger one. And you can add as many little ones after the fact as you want. That'll be just fine too. And there's a couple little ones on that one. Let's see what else we have. There's a couple in this one too. This is one of my sets, so we've got 2 more to go. Jamie, were you wondering why I wasn't answering you? You're probably like, geez, why isn't Jen answering me? She's so stuck up. It is going to be a happy Valentine's Day this year. Whoop, whoop. My sister got a boyfriend. And one last one. Going dark, Lucky Clover. Lucky Clover. Lucky Clover. Ba-bong. Oh, that one turned out really nice too. Don't you just love it when you're crafting and you impress yourself? Oh, so good. Before I get too out of whack here, because you're going to get to watch me do some cutting now, I'm going to go ahead and put these away so that I don't have a complete mess when I'm done. Figure out where all this stuff came from. Of course not, sister. I know you very busy making fantastic crafty magic. My sister's awesome. I wish you guys could all meet her. And I'm gonna bubble cut around these. Don't get too caught up. Like if you notice on this one, there's a lot of white around each one. So don't worry about getting so close. By all means, if you want to do a rainbow and you don't want to do, you know, one color, then do a rainbow. I think that would look amazingly cool. Thanks, Carolyn Miller. Give it a thumbs up because you love watching me cut paper. or you love learning new paper skills. Nope, I'm just decided to do them all in green. Different shades of green. You could do different shades of blue or different shades of purple, or you could do rainbow. Or you could do pink and red like I did before. Totally up to you. I wonder if they'd be able to tell if one day you just showed up and started talking with the koala hat on. I think some of you guys would know, like right off the bat. Others of you probably wouldn't know at all. Totally depends. So this is how it goes then. You just look at it and go, like I like to turn one this way so I get all the way up to the top of this. You want to cover it from the top to the bottom, and you want to go out as far as you can to cover that space. But like where you put things is completely up to you. So I'm going to put mine down and like pop these in and see how they look and see how I want this to go. Really like that one. I want that one to be seen. That would work. Even over the top of that. Want to make that one look like it's not by itself. I might not even need all these now that I'm looking at it. I like this one though. This one's sticking out. So we can go further out if we want. Maybe I put this one there. You do have to have enough room, you know, just so that they all, that looks pretty good. I like the way that looks. So that's the way I'm going to go. I'm going to use wet glue. Hey, Josie's in the house. Oh, darn it, I just pulled the cover to my pin off. Where's my tool? Where's my clampy tool? I don't see it. No, I'll pull the whole darn thing out. I'm going to have to put that in some hot water and get it to separate. Then I'll be able to put the whole thing right back together. Where is my other little glue bottle? You know what? I don't know where it went. So let's go ahead and use the Nouveau drops, because these are also a glue, not just a glitter but also a glue. So we'll put some down there, get that one to stay, and then this one. It's going to go out to the edge. Make sure you don't put it on the side that's going to stick it down on accident to this part of the card. Oh, Jamie got a boyfriend! This one was on top. Pretty sure. I don't know, I should have taken a picture, but that's okay. I'm okay with it not being perfect exactly the way I wanted it. This one we'll put on top too. Close enough. We'll see how that works as a glue. I'm going to smash it down with my roller. It's because I have it right next to me. I don't want these coming back up, but if they do, then I'll have to pull out my other little, I had an extra little glue bottle sitting by me, but I don't see it right now. Anyway, so when you, oops, see I got a little bit too much out there, so now we got some on the inside of our card. When you put yours down, don't make that same mistake, even though I just told you about it and I did it myself. I'll scrape some of that off, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out my extra card base, put it on the edge, and then I'm just going to go ahead and put that in. And put that down. So now there will be no glitter there because I covered it up. Like a little sliver of white. Get rid of that. There. Make it all matchy-matchy. No problem. Okay. Right? We live 3 hours apart. There we go. So there's the end of that. And then the ribbon. And I only have pink ribbon. I don't have green. Well, I have pink and I've got purple. I don't know what I did with the purple one. Oh, there it is. We'll just go ahead and put the pink on. You guys pretty much know how to put ribbon on, I would assume. But just in case you don't, just go underneath the card to the front side, make a knot wherever you want it to be. That's where you got to put your knot. I think this looks good. Scoot your ribbon to where you want it to sit, basically, and then hold that knot. And here's a tip for you. If you have until you realize I don't know how to use the magical crafty stuff, if you put your reverse tweezers on there, that'll hold it for you while you tie it. But if you're talented enough to do it without that, you can tie it without the magical crafty tool. Alright, and so tie that really tight. And then you can just cut these off however you want them to lay. That looks good. So if you've got green, you know, use the color that matches, but I wanted to try green. I thought that would look really cool. Maybe that's your boyfriend's favorite color. You never know. I think green is my mom's favorite color. Yeah, so really cute. So this is the one that was in the thumbnail. It says sending kisses, and it was done with pinks and reds. This one was done with greens. We did this one just now. I think it still looks cute with the pink. You could put some pink sequins in here and make that all match. And then I did a little sentiment. So let's just dig out a little sentiment here. I like this one. And you see how I used here the darkest pink? And so on here I will probably use the darkest green. So let's go ahead and do that. And the darkest green I think was pine needles. And this one says love is, so we're going to go ahead and put that right there. Love is. Cute. Clean that off and put that one back. I really like this set. I might have to keep that one. My sister sells gently used and a lot of new clothing for really great prices on eBay. She was just talking about that now. So if you want to go and check her out, I did put a link in the group. Check her out. She's got really, really cool stuff and all kinds of different sizes and stuff for the whole family. And sometimes she has stuff that's not on there. So you gotta go and see what it's all about. All right, so here's our last one that we're gonna do. Love each other deeply. Love covers all. Of course, you can change your sentiment if you want. And I gotta find my piece of craft. And this is our last one. So I saved the easiest one for last, actually. So you just half of an 8.5 by 11 again. My bone folder keeps hiding on me. eBay is a lot like Amazon. Only eBay links a lot of stores and things that people sell used. So I'm going to use a little, here's my small one, my small black pen. Gee. Yay, thank you, Crafty Genius Princess. Yes, please do. She has really fun stuff. And if you're looking for things in particular, let her know so that when she's stocking the store, she can pick up stuff that you're looking for and that's your size or whatever it is that you want. So to do this one, I got really good hearts because I used the hearts from the first card and decided where I wanted them. And then I did the cheater light pencil mark because you can always erase it later. Cheater ones like this. Okay. And then that way you can make your lines coming in right up to that heart. So dashed lines right up to that heart and then all the way around it. And that way it looks like you did a perfect little heart. Okay, and then they're going to meet in the middle. And that's where you're going to put your two little airplanes. And I went ahead and did just little pieces of that white paper. Where did I put that printer paper? Remember I said you needed some printer paper? You want to make sure that this is super light. And I'm going to start with a 1 1.25 inch square. And see how big of a airplane that makes. So the square gets folded in half, and then you bend back the corner on each side. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know how to make this. Okay, and then you bend that back again. And then you cut off the end. Make it go up and down, straight up and down, because that way the little airplane, it'll be a little teeny airplane. Okay? And that's going to go on there. I think these are quite a bit bigger because the other ones were just really tiny. And then what I did before, since I used the printer paper and that was the simplest way, I just took out my markers. So I've got a pink one and a blue one. And I just colored them with marker. So as soon as I'm done folding them and shaping them, then I'm going to go ahead and open them up and color them real quick. Okay. So one pink, one blue. Alright, so I've had a lot of people approach me about, especially in the comments on YouTube, that I'm so sorry I missed your live. I'm so sorry I didn't get your live. I didn't get the notifications. I'm sorry I missed your live, but again, I didn't get the notifications. I would not depend on the notifications from YouTube. They're making some big changes, stuff for the creators like me, and who knows if that creates glitches and stuff as they're making changeovers and whatnot, but things are always happening and changing. So when you know a lot about my group and you've been in there for a while and you know that Wednesdays and Fridays are both at 5 p.m., go ahead and set your phone alarm for those 2 days for 5 p.m. Because now I wish I would have had my wet glue. I don't know what happened to that other little bottle. I think I'm just going to use the end of this. Then I won't have to hear so many people say that they missed it. Just don't trust. I mean, by all means, set up the notification system because a lot of people are getting notified. But if you're one that's not, there might be a reason for that. Yours might be the one that's just all glitched out. And I don't want you to miss it, but I also don't think that you need to apologize to me for missing it, right? Okay, and if you don't want yours to fall apart, then you could add glue to some of the other pieces and glue them down. That's up to you. There, I've got a couple of them. And then the little teeny heart was just a punch. Let's see, what do I have sitting around here? Teeny tiny heart. This one. This one will work. That teeny tiny one, I can't remember where that one came from. I must have had it laying around on my desk. So if you don't have red paper sitting next to you, go ahead and get out your red marker. Color a piece of your paper red and then go ahead and punch that piece. Or punch and then color. I think it's easier to color than punch. And then all you have to do is glue that puppy down. There we go. I'm going to fix that glue bottle when I'm done here by running that under some warm water. I hope I didn't lose that little ball. No, it's still there. Ooh, and a sentiment. I'm going to do you and me. Yeah, Jill, I noticed that too on mine. Like, I have it set up to notify me. And, yeah, I get them late. So I just go ahead and just set my phone. It's just easier that way. Go ahead and set your phone, guys. You and me and you. I think I like making up funny songs because my kids at school really love it. Alright. I must have rocked that a little bit. It went wonky on me. Oh no, it's got that behind it on purpose. So here's the one that I did that was in the thumbnail. And here's the one we made together today. A little bit different. Still really cute. Totally make it your own style. I really like this deep dark red better than that red. Let's see if I've got another one. Let's try this. Yeah. There we go. I wonder if this is going to go through that paper and through this one. Alcohol inks, because I got that paper. I like that's darker. Oh, it didn't. That's cool. Yeah, I'm happier. That looks good. So perfect timing. We were able to get done all 3 cards in just an hour. And that's with me yakking and talking and all that stuff. So you will surely be able to finish them quicker than that. So one, let me dump these guys to the side here. I'll have to put those away in a minute. Let's pull out our cards that we made today. We've got this one. Got the hearts on the side of the card, which cover up that panel. And then the airplane hearts. Super cute! So much fun! Alrighty, well, we are at the very end. We've got just a couple minutes left, so I want to just mention one more time that the Super Crop is going on Super Bowl Sunday from 10 a.m. to noon, my time, Central Standard. And in case anyone wants to know when the next sale is, I'm going to pull up the handy dandy calendar here, and it is going to be February 9th, next weekend. So Super Crop this weekend, Sunday 10 to noon, and then the next sale would be Saturday, February 9th, and that'll be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I will have, I'll have Cindy in the background helping me out instead of Penny, because Penny will be on a cruise, lucky lady. And I hope she feels 10 times better when she leaves, because she's not feeling worth a toot today. So, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you do, check out qualitycrafts.com, where you can always buy all of your budget tapes and stuff. So like the double-sided, where did I hide it? Double-sided foam tape, if you need some of that. I've got this. I've got the tape that goes in the pink and the red gun for scotch. And then I've got extra large double-sided heavy-duty sticky tape in the large rolls for $7. So if you're looking for any of that kind of stuff, that's still in the store. And also qualitycrafts.com will take you to anything else that's within our community. If you'd like to support our community, drop us a line at patreon.com. We'd love to have you. There's extra stuff going on just for you, including free digis every month. Is there anything else I'm missing? And just don't forget that we have new videos every Wednesday night, the 1 in 10 by Jen at 5 p.m. And every Friday night, Friday free play just like tonight. And special things going on all the time. So if you're wondering where do I find all this information? It's on Facebook in the Facebook community group. And how many yards on the large roll of tape? I think there's 60 yards on there. I'll have to double check. I think it's 60. Yeah. What else am I missing? The Facebook community, when you join it, there are 3 questions. We need you to answer them so that we know that you're not a bot or a scammer trying to get in. That really helps us. Also, let people know if you're adding them to the group, because I won't just automatically add them unless they answer the questions or they contact me first. I love that you guys share it. Just make sure that they know what's coming up. All right, well, that's it for tonight. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, set your phone in case those don't work, and you won't miss another video when I release it. And I can't wait to see you guys next video.